You asked your people, your staff, your employees to wait
Mm-hmm.
that the money will come in,
Yeah.
but they were not paid. The staff was not paid,
Sadly, no.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's again a statement that your international employees were getting paid, Indian employees were not.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason is that because internationally you would have held accountable, in India you could get away with anything. Was that the reason?
I didn't know that.
But why were you paying international employees and not your?
It's very simple. The money was available through ticket collections in England. Because money was available, staff salaries were paid. In India, the High Court of Karnataka had frozen over 260 crores worth of cash. Okay, now I'd like to focus on this non payment of salaries. There has been a hell of a lot spoken about it, all right, which has pained me no end. It has seriously pained me. In my track record as chairman of UB Group, I would ask anyone to check on how I cared for my employees. I was proud of the care that I gave to my employees. Why would it be different for Kingfisher employees? The company in India had no money. There was UB's money of 260 crores in the bank with the bank under the control of the government of Karnataka. We applied officially and formally to the High Court, please release the money to pay the salaries. Court said no.
Why?
The same banks objected. The same public sector banks objected.
Why?
Why? Because they
They
said
wanted.
that money belongs to them because the company had defaulted in payments. But as far as I was concerned, I asked the court, please release those monies to pay the employee salaries. The banks objected, the courts refused.
But you personally took salary from Kingfisher Airlines, 33 crores a year?
No. I took salary of 33 crores a year, I wish.
Why do they talk about it
Who
then?
talks? Show me the balance sheet where it's written. Can you show me?
Not the balance sheet, but the media talks about it. I can show you
Media
an
talks.
article.
Ask the media where's the balance sheet.
So you never took salary,
I never took 33 crores of salary.
or did you take any salary when other people were not getting paid?
Obviously not. So when you really think I'd pay myself to the exclusion of other less well-to-do employees?
That's what the world thinks.
That's unfortunate view of the world about me, which is sadly completely false.
But then they all were on the road striking against you. If you
No,
would have spoken to them in a nicer way,
no,
probably, or
I've
I don't know.
spoken to them, tried to explain to them, but at the end of the day, they did what they thought was best. They were under stress. I respect that. I'm not blaming anybody. Okay, a couple of people have said some nasty things, which is fine if they are under pressure and their livelihood was under pressure. I fully understand that and I take it in my stride. But the fact, any suggestion that I willfully did not pay or that I ignored them and enriched myself in the process is completely false.
While all of this was happening, something really tragic happened. One of your employees' wife committed a suicide because they were not able to pay themselves. Were you aware of that?
I became aware of that, and upon investigation, um, that was the culmination of a long standing dispute, marital dispute. It was convenient to blame it on Kingfisher Airlines and non payment of salaries. Once again, when people are under stress and under unpleasant circumstances, I don't want to um, comment on it in an unsavory way. It would not be right on my part. I mean, my sympathies are with the family that um, lost one of their kin. But I can tell you that we investigated the matter, and okay, sadly the tragedy did happen, and yes, sadly, equally sadly, that family had not been paid their salary. If you'd like to blame it on me, fine, I'll take the blame. As I said, I'm not afraid of taking blame where blame is due. Now, I can face up to reality and truth.
Did you feel like you should have said sorry to employees
Oh,
because
I
you were
sent
not able to?
condolence letters. Of course I did. Yeah, but I didn't copy the media. I wrote a letter of condolence, but I didn't copy the media.
Here's what pissed people off. That in your private life you were enjoying.
Yeah.
You were buying the Tipu Sultan sword. You were
Yeah.
buying cars in the UK.
The value of a Tipu Sultan sword would not have paid salaries. The two Mercedes Benz cars, the figment of people's imagination, would not have paid the salaries. And if your suggestion is that I should have laid low in some artificial way, forget the employees, forget the shareholders of all the other businesses, United Spirits, United Breweries, MCF, everybody. Really. That would have been very fair, isn't it? And behave in a manner where my only asset and liability in life was Kingfisher Airlines. I had nothing else. That's the way I should have behaved, right? What about the salaries of the other employees of the other group companies? What about the shareholders of those companies? What about the future of those companies and the management of those companies? So, sadly, if one company fails, is it your suggestion that the whole group must fail?
No, definitely not.
Okay. Everybody loves to talk about the failure of Kingfisher Airlines, and of course, pin me, the blame on me personally. Forget about everything else. It is Vijay Mallya's failure, Vijay Mallya's failure, Vijay Mallya ka chori, Vijay Mallya ka fraud. Everything is Vijay Mallya. Fine. What about United Spirits Limited, United Breweries Limited? From where it started to where I left off, and the wealth creation in the hands of shareholders and the wealth creation in the hands of employees, probably amongst the highest in India in the corporate sector, highest, all forgotten. Nobody even refers to it. Kingfisher Airlines, Mallya, Thoko Saleko. That's it. The narrative begins there, ends there.
थैंक यू सो मच ये क्लिप एंड तक देखने के लिए. अगर आपको और भी ऐसी क्लिप्स देखनी है तो राज शमानी क्लिप्स चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए.